Braun has immunity from a lawsuit filed by the widow of murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Correspondent Cammie McCormick reports.
The Biden administration says the legal determination was made under long-standing principles of international law and has nothing to do with the merits of the case. It cites head of state immunity. President Biden was criticized for fist-bumping the crown prince on a visit to Saudi Arabia in July, but the White House said Mr. Biden told responsible for Khashoggi's killing. He was killed and dismembered in October of 2018 by Saudi agents in Istanbul.
An execution canceled in the South overnight. Here's CBS's Jim Krasula.
The state of Alabama called off the scheduled execution of a man after there were problems with inserting an IV, and the state faced a midnight deadline to begin the process. 57-year-old Kenneth Smith was to be put to death for the 1988 murder-for-hire slaying of a preacher's wife.
Less than a week before Thanksgiving, inflation is driving more people to food pantries, including Teresa Cole.
Every time I pay my bills and, get things like food for my animals, plus a few groceries, 61 cents is what I had left.
Forget kicking back with a bud at the World Cup. Qatar, a Muslim country, has reversed course and banned beer at soccer tournament beginning Sunday. Champagne, wine, and whiskey still expected to be served in luxury hospitality suites. Dow futures ahead 229. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Hometown feel, and that's Saginaw Eagles Landing, the place where everyone greets you with smile after smile. In the casino, at the restaurants, or in the hotel, this is a getaway that makes you feel right at home. We've got hundreds of slots, great food, and a comfy place to stay. So come on in and see what the good times are all about. Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. Companies might deliver a lot of hay. ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/find. That's ZipRecruiter.com/find.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 28 degrees at 9:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Perchup. A 56-year-old Harbor Beach man was arrested and charges related to drug trafficking. Tommy Stinson was arrested by Huron County Drug Task Force after methamphetamine and other narcotic evidence was found at a home on Bartlett Street. 2 Deckerville residents were also arrested and turned over to Sanilac County deputies on warrants there, while an Elkton man was also arrested and is lodged in the Huron County Jail. Sheriff Kelly Hansen said in a statement the arrest was the result of a lengthy joint investigation and that other charges are likely as police continue their inquiry. The city of Flint is looking for a new fire chief after Chief Raymond Barton was terminated from his position. The city has not provided a reason for released a statement saying the change is to move the city forward. Retired Fire Chief Theron Wiggins has been appointed interim fire chief of the department until a permanent replacement for Barton can be found. Barton served on the Flint Fire Department for more than 25 years and was named fire chief in 2016. Families in need in the Bay City area will get their Christmas wishes filled this year with a little help from police agencies. The Bay City Department of Public Safety is teaming up with the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 103, the Bay County Sheriff's Department, Hampton Township Police, and Essexville Public Safety for its annual Presents and Patrol Cars event. Vehicles to give to families in need. Community members are asked to donate new unwrapped toys, clothing for children and adults, household products, and hygiene items at police stations. Santa will help with the distribution on December 10th at 9 a.m. at the Excited Goat Coffee Company at 14 West Center Road in Essexville. WSGW News Time 9:07.
Your home is your haven, and the perfect window treatments can make it. Hi, this is Mary Ann from Warden Interiors in Frankenmuth. During the Hunter Douglas Season of Style Savings Event, now through December 5th, save big with rebates on qualifying purchases of gorgeous shades. Duet Honeycomb shades provide year-round comfort in the home with an innovative cellular design. Silhouette window shadings filter natural sunlight to create a soft glow. Pirouette window shadings provide endless options for light control. Luminette privacy shades are an ideal choice for sliding glass doors. Don't miss a Season of Style savings event now through December 5th. Also, select Mohawk carpet featuring all pet protection and warranty are on sale now. The only carpet with protection and warranty for all pets and all accidents, providing soft, luxurious, Smart Strand Forever Clean carpet. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room. Warden Interiors in Frankenmuth, celebrating 60 years in business. We'll help you bring it all together.
WSGW News Time 9:08. The weather forecast is next. Some evidence in the Danielle Stislicki missing persons case may not be used after a judge called it into question. Stislicki disappeared from her office in Southfield in December 2016. Her body was never found. Floyd Galloway, an office security guard, was charged with her murder. An Oakland County judge ruled that evidence compiled during a lie detector test was protected by attorney-client privilege and cannot be used in trial. Evidence that put Galloway near the scene was allegedly leaked to a police officer who turned that into investigators, breaking the attorney-client privilege. The prosecutor is set to appeal that decision. Fiat tries something different as it brings a new electric vehicle to the U.S. market. Auto reporter Jeff Gilbert is at the LA Auto Show.
The Fiat 500e unveiled here. Nothing like the EV that Fiat had on the market here before. Fiat North America Chief Larry Dominique says it's more upscale with a price that reflects that.
It truly is a vehicle with state-of-the-art technology, state-of-the-art high-quality materials, craftsmanship in the build. So it's a solid, beautiful vehicle, well-built. And in most other parts of the world, people are willing to pay for that, and we believe in North America they will too.
Dominique says as a niche brand here in the U.S., Fiat will give Stellantis a way to experiment with new ideas that could be too risky to try out with other brands. Jeff Gilbert, the Michigan News Network.
Another chapter in the legal fight over the Flint water crisis. Former Health Director Nick Lyon are asking an appeals court to quickly stop an effort to revive criminal charges against him in the case, which dates back to 2014. Lyon's defense team made their plea in response to a pledge by prosecutors to try and save indictments that were thrown out by the Michigan Supreme Court. A Flint judge subsequently dismissed charges against Lyon and others. Lyon was charged with involuntary manslaughter and accused of failing to inform the public in a timely manner about an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease linked to water tainted by bacteria and lead. WSGW News Time 9:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your meteorology forecast. Mostly cloudy for today. Snow showers in the area. Highs top out near 33 degrees. Winds west southwesterly 5 to 15 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. Tonight it remains mostly cloudy. Chance for more snow showers. Lows drop to 20. Winds southwest 5 to 15. Higher gusts remain possible. Saturday afternoon snow showers likely. A dusting is possible. Otherwise still mostly cloudy. Winds will be breezy and highs make it into the upper 20s. And then clearing on Saturday night, and lows fall back to 16. I'm meteorologist Phil Jensko with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Right now it's 26.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW for a Friday. By goodness, gateway to the weekend and a big weekend in Saginaw. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment. Coming up after the 10 o'clock news, we'll have open phones today. And at 11 o'clock, if you're making travel plans and you're flying, might want to listen to us at 11 when James Kanders is the airport manager at MBS International Airport. Will be with us, and I'm sure James will have some hints for you on how to avoid the crush at the major airports. Anyway, we're going to talk about big events in the city of Saginaw going on this weekend and coming up in the very near future, an annual event at the Anderson Enrichment Center, the Holiday Mart. And we're going to talk about that this morning with Marsha Braun. Marsha, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
Go ahead. There you go. Go ahead.
Got me?
Yep, I got you.
Okay. Good morning. How are you?
Good. What's your title now?
Executive Director for the Saginaw Arts and Enrichment Commission.
That's what I thought. You got kicked upstairs, didn't you?
I did. They booted me across the hall, basically, is what
Is
they
that what
did.
it was? Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's talk about first of all what's going on this weekend, because there's a lot of things happening in the city. Holiday in the Heart of the City. It's an annual event.
Right.
It starts today, right?
It starts today. It actually starts this evening. And I was listening to the weather forecast before we went live. And oh my gosh, it's going to be a cold one. So bundle up. But lots of great things going on. It starts tonight at 5:30. Anderson Enrichment Center will be open with the cookie houses. And I think you're going to be a judge again this year.
Yes. I think 2:45. I'm supposed to be there, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Well, you're going to have your work cut out for you. I hear there's 28 houses this year. Yeah, so it's exciting. But the festivities start at 5:30. Will run until 8:30. They will start with the lighting of the waterworks. All the Christmas lights will go on at 5:45. And of course, if you haven't seen that, make the trip downtown to see it. It is phenomenal when they flip that switch. I can't even describe it to you, but it really is the start of the holiday season. And then the evening will conclude with fireworks on Ojibwe Island. But there's all kinds of things going on throughout that riverfront district during that 5:30 to 8:30 time period. The zoo is open. I believe that they have carousel rides. The Japanese Cultural Center will be open. I think they're doing origami. There's things going on at the Veterans Park. And then, of course, you cross the river. There's even more going on in Borchard Park I think Santa is there in the gazebo.
Oh.
And the castle will be there serving, I believe, cookies and hot chocolate. So, and there's concerts, at Holy Family Church on Washington. So lots of great things going on, and it's all free. So bring the family and bundle up and come see us.
And that's just tonight.
That is just tonight. Yeah. There's more going on tomorrow. Yep. I also didn't mention tonight, which will also be going on tomorrow, is the farmers market. We'll have a tent with vendors out in front of Anderson Center. So, if you want to visit some of your favorite vendors from the downtown Saginaw Farmers Market, they'll be there tonight too from 5:30 to 8:30, and then again tomorrow.
Wow. Busy day.
Busy.
All right. So I mentioned there is another activity that's annual at the Anderson Center, the Holiday Mart. Tell us about it.
Yes, the Holiday Art Mart, and that's coming up on November 30th. It is at Anderson Enrichment Center. We've been doing this for, I believe it's 29 years this year. I wasn't here when they started it, and
I was.
Well, it's a holiday tradition, right?
Yep.
It's It's great fun. It's all day. We've done a couple new things this year, so we're excited about that. First and foremost, we will be open later. The Anderson Center and the Holiday Art Mart will be open at 10 a.m. on the 30th, and we'll stay open until 6 p.m. So we're doing that this year, so hopefully people can come shop after work. And we'll have, I believe we've got 22 vendors this year. All kinds of great things. We sell fresh holly, which it's hard to find. So we'll have bags of fresh holly, and we're also doing a Christmas cafe this year. Since after COVID, we haven't been serving lunch for a variety of reasons, but this year we're doing a Christmas cafe, which will be specialty hot beverages. Valerie's downtown Saginaw is making a vanilla chino coffee, I think, a regular coffee with add-ins. And then we have a Mexican hot cocoa with add-ins. And Baines Apple Valley will have all kinds of individually packaged baked goods. So grab a friend or two, grab some family, come down, get a hot cocoa and a slice of pie, and we'll have tables and chairs set up so you can sit and visit while you shop and enjoy the fun.
And this again is when?
Wednesday, November 30th. It starts at 10 a.m. and runs till 6 p.m. The silent auction will close at 5 o'clock, however. So.
And it's the Holiday Art Mart.
Yeah, see, I got a little postcard if we can.
I see that, yeah.
I'm not sure with the camera on this laptop where to go with it. So anyway.
Yeah, it's a little big.
Little big, yeah.
But the admission, of course, is free.
Admission is free. And so come on down. And like I said, we've got holly for sale, a silent auction. We have, of course, our famous cookies in the bake shop, which are a plate of a dozen cookies that you can purchase for your holiday entertaining. And then, of course, the vendors. And we've got a great variety of vendors this year.
Ah, very, very good. So let's talk a little bit about the Anderson Enrichment Commission. And for those that don't know, let's start with its role, what it does and how it got to be.
Well, the easiest way to describe the Saginaw Arts and Enrichment Commission is as an arts council. That's basically how we function. We are here. We were founded and we exist today to champion the arts and culture in our community. And we do that a variety of ways through programming and support, grant support, promotion. But going back a little bit in terms of the history, we were actually founded as a commission of the city of, and we've been in existence for over 35 years now. And it was a former mayor, Larry Crawford, who I know many people remember and knew well. And he felt very strongly about arts and culture in our community and how important it was to the quality of life. So he really advocated for the commission. We were founded and we are still a commission of the city of Saginaw. However, we receive no line item funding. So everything we do, we have to, like all of our programming and all of that, we raise those funds ourselves in a variety of ways.
I have a stupid question.
No questions are stupid, Art.
You're still a commission of the city and they contribute $0. Why stay attached to the city? Why not just become a standalone nonprofit?
Well, we've talked about that at multiple times throughout the commission's history, but there's a lot of advantages to being a commission of the city. And while they don't provide any line item funding, they do provide services for us. For example, they do payroll processing and things like that, which, is huge. If we had to take care of a lot of those services on our own, that would be a line item expense for us, as well as they provide a home, and that is Anderson Enrichment Center. That's where our offices are. And so we're very, very pleased that we can be there because it really is a cultural gym in the riverfront area. And actually, that was one of the commission's very first projects was the renovation of that building. So
Do they also provide maintenance for the grounds?
Yes, they do. And Anderson Center operates independently from us, but we work together to maintain the building and see that it is, functional and that it is used by the community for a variety of reasons. But the city we maintain everything inside our fence and they maintain everything outside the fence. But we couldn't do what we do without their assistance. They really are a big advocate for the building and the commission.
And why two organizations? Why one to run the building, the other to run the commission?
Well, basically, like I said, we function as a arts council, and the city actually owns the building. So that is city property, and they own it, and hence, like I said, they help maintain it, and they provide a lot of services to the building that honestly we just couldn't afford if we had to do everything on our own.
So they also pay the management of the building then?
The building has to raise all their own funds to pay their staff and management. So that's why we do a couple fundraisers a year at the building. We have the Art and Garden Festival, which I know you're familiar with, in June. We do the Holiday Art Mart, and then they are a rental facility, and that is where the bulk of their income comes from, our rentals in the community.
All right, hang on, Marsha. I got to take a break, and we will be back. We're talking to Marsha Braun, the Executive Director of the Arts and Enrichment Commission in Saginaw. We will be back with more right after these notes.
We could all use a little more sweetness in our lives. Edible is your local stop for sweet treats and special gifts for any occasion. Chocolate-dipped fruit bouquets to refreshing smoothies and creamy cheesecakes. Edible makes it easy to treat yourself and others to something sweet. Find a store near you at edible.com and pick up a Fruit Fix box of chocolate-dipped apples, bananas, and strawberries for only $9.99. Be sweet today with a sweet from Edible Arrangements on Tittabawassee in Saginaw. Michigan, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th, so call United Healthcare today. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plan, you get more from your Medicare dollar, now including better than ever dental, vision, over-the-counter, and prescription drug coverage. Care at 586-988-1832 today and speak with a licensed sales agent. Benefits, features, and or devices may vary by plan or area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. Other companies might deliver a lot of hay. ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Wall Street on track to start. Bell. Novavax COVID-19 booster gets the green light in Canada. Twitter telling employees offices are being temporarily closed effective immediately. They'll reopen on Monday. The announcement coming as hundreds of employees may have opted to leave the company after Elon Musk threatened to fire them if they didn't bring long hours at high intensity. One report says, according to an engineer, resignations had hit important parts of the company's engineering operation. And the Wall Street Journal reporting there's a new office status symbol from a century-old brand, Stanley, which some associate with camping gear. They say drinking vessel is sometimes going for 2 to 3 times its retail price on the secondary market. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
Lisa Booth here for Bishop Gold Group. So just when you think the stock market's recovering and everything's going back to normal, well, here comes another downturn. So what are you going to do? The answer is gold. The company that I trust is Bishop Gold Group. They can advise you on investing in gold and gold IRAs. So act now and get up to $5,000 in free silver with a qualified purchase. Call Bishop Gold Group on your phone, dial pound 250, keyword Bishop Gold 50, Bishop Gold, or go to bishopgoldgroup.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Dr. Travis Stork here to tell you about a great pain reliever called Salon Pass Pain Relieving Patches. Salon Pass is pain medicine in a patch. You stick it right on sore muscles for up to 8 hours. Clinical research has shown that people that used Salon Pass reported less pain, mood, sleep, and the ability to work. Safe, effective relief is one peel and place away. Salon Pass, it's good medicine.
The WSGW Food for Families campaign is underway for 2022, presented by Pioneer Sugar. We are asking you, our loyal family of listeners, to make non-perishable food donations to help those in need in the Great Lakes Bay region. Various businesses will serve as donation locations over the next several weeks. All food will be collected and distributed by the Salvation Army in Saginaw, Bay, and Midland counties. You can make Food for Families donations during regular business. L&M Appliance Center, 3260 Bay Road in Saginaw. The Vassar Building Center, 1013 West Saginaw Road, top of the hill in Vassar. Thumb Bank, located at Wilder Road in Bay City. For a complete listing of donation locations, visit WSGW.com and click on the Food for Families box. Thank you once again for supporting the Food for Families campaign presented by Pioneer Sugar right here on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. Shut that off. It's not playing. And we are talking with Marsha Braun from the Arts and Enrichment Commission.
Mm-hmm.
So during the year, Marsha, give us an idea what the Arts Enrichment Commission does.
Well, as I mentioned, we have
There we go. Go ahead.
Okay. As I mentioned, we do have a lot of our own programming. And we also, well, as far as the programming goes, we do 2 major fundraisers a year, which is the Holiday Art Mart coming up on November 30th. And then we do the All Area Arts Awards, which I know Art is a recipient of one of our Arts Awards.
Yeah.
And that is kind of, I guess you want to say, the Academy Awards of Saginaw, Saginaw's arts community. It's our opportunity to recognize individuals, businesses, and organizations in the community for what they do to support arts and culture. We also have programs that serve our creatives. We have an artist mixer that happens about 3-4 times a year that brings together artists in any medium, any age to basically come together, network, talk about what they're doing. We do the same for arts organizations and their directors. We also have a very active enrichment program, which includes things in the community. For example, like our free Jazz in the Garden concerts, which happen every Wednesday in July, as well as youth enrichment. And that is a program we're really proud of because it reaches out into parts of our community that are really underserved. We have the Student Art Show that happens in January. That is a partnership with the Saginaw Public Schools, celebrating Saginaw's cultures, building unity through diversity. It's really fun. We'll have about 400 pieces of student artwork on display at Anderson Center for like 2.5 weeks. So come see that. That's really neat. We also do art and music classes at Boys and Girls Club, First Ward Community Center. We'll do school assemblies throughout the year. So there's a lot going on with that. And then another big component is what we do with granting or re-granting for our arts organizations in our community. And we have our own outreach fund that was started with seed money from the city 30 years ago, and we're very grateful for that. It's held at the Saginaw Community Foundation, and we annually will re-grant about $30,000 from that fund to arts organizations in Saginaw County. And then we are also a regional regranting agency for the state of Michigan for the Michigan Arts and Culture Council. And basically what that is, we're one of, I believe it's 14 groups statewide, and we serve an 8-county region. So everything from Saginaw Bay, Midland, Aranac counties, then over into Clare, Gladwin, Isabella, and Gratiot counties. And we're responsible for the mini grant program that the Arts and Culture Council, the State Arts and Culture Council has. And that includes funds for arts projects as well as professional development.
When that money comes to you from the state, is it all earmarked specifically for certain groups for certain amounts, or do you get the RFPs and decide who gets what?
It's an online grant process, and the state has a program set up called Smart Simple, which is a grant portal. So all applications are made in that grant portal. And then after the deadline, we go in, we access those, and then it is a competitive process. We have a panel, a review panel that will review all applications. They are scored on a rubric that is set up by the state of Michigan. And generally you have to score 80% or above to even be considered for funding. And then from there, the funding plan is developed based on the scores. So
from the time the state says we're going to give you this pot of money, how long till the receiving group gets that money?
Well, it just depends. For example, our deadline for this year was August 3rd, and that's pretty consistent from year to year. And we go through and we cannot announce our mini grants until the state announce what we call the big grants, the operating support grants. That usually takes place in October. And this year it was the first part of October, actually. So when that was announced, then we announced our mini grants. By the time we get the funding, organizations will get their first payments, usually around by the end of November. And we're tracking for that this year. So we'll make a first payment once they meet all the criteria. And that's usually around the end of November. And then a second payment goes directly to them when they complete their final report and all of their reporting. And it's very, it's all done online in the grant portal. So I encourage people to take a look. It's a great resource. You can get up to $4,000 for an arts project, and you can get up to $1,500 for development. You just have to be either an individual artist for the professional development or an organization. And organizations for arts projects can be a K through 12 school or a registered nonprofit in the state.
And so how many grants will you administer this year?
This year we have 19 arts project mini grants, and we have 13 professional development grants. And that runs pretty much about, average. But there's another component that we've had for the last couple of years, which is new to us. They've also added art equipment and supplies and bus grants for K through 12 schools. And generally speaking, COVID was tough because the schools were all virtual. And but this year we'll probably award, I'm guessing, 5 to 6 of those.
So the bus grants, I mean, if a school wanted to take youngsters to the DIA or take them to the Saginaw Art Museum for art lessons, that would be one of the things.
That is definitely one of the things. And actually, Thor Rasmussen and myself were just talking about that for the Saginaw Art Museum a couple days ago. And he's like, I want to push that out. So people can go to our website. It's artsaginaw.org. And there's a tab across the top that says grants. Click on that and they can find all the information and links to everything they need for the mini grant program.
All right, hang on. We'll be back. Marsha Braun from the Arts and Enrichment Commission in Saginaw. We will return with her after these notes.
For extraordinary care in the Great Lakes Bay region, you know just where to go.
Oh yeah, Covenant Healthcare.
But when you need to decide whether to go to emergency, urgent care, or your primary care provider,
Well, let me get back
to get the right care in the right place at Covenant. See your primary care non-urgent complaints like joint or muscle pain, digestive issues, mild headaches, etc. If it's after your doctor's office hours and your care can't wait, come to a MedExpress urgent care location. It's the perfect choice for ear infections, respiratory illness, sprains, stomach aches, and so on. Virtual urgent care and doctor visits are also available. Finally, call 911 or go directly to emergency if you have heart attack or stroke symptoms or any severe injury. Still not sure? Call Covenant Care Connect at 989-583-3135 and we'll help you decide. Covenant Healthcare.
Welcome to a Johnny Mathis Christmas. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? Saturday, December 3rd at Soaring Eagle Casino. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh. Holiday classics and his timeless hits. Chances are. Tickets for the Johnny Mathis Christmas concert start at $44 and are on sale now at the box office or etix.com. Johnny Mathis performing his legendary pop hits. It's wonderful. And unforgettable holiday classics. It's the most wonderful time. Johnny Mathis with a full orchestra, December 3rd at Soaring Eagle Casino. I get misty the moment you're near. Spend part of your holidays with a legend. Tickets for a Johnny at $44 and are on sale now. Johnny Mathis, Saturday, December 3rd at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
This winter at Treetops Resort, you can ski, stay, and eat for just the cost of one lift ticket. That's right, inflation can't touch this deal. Our Cool School package starts at just $139 per adult, and the kids are just $49 each. And not only does it include lodging, 2 meals a day, and unlimited skiing, it also includes extreme tubing, ski lessons, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, skating, and all the rental gear. Treetops delivers affordable family adventures. Visit treetops.com or call 1-888 now.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Okay, smile naturally. Perfect.
Cam's Photography knows wedding season ramps up in a flash.
Smidge closer.
They need to say I do to a studio assistant before clients.
I'm so sorry. I have to get a different lens. I'll be right back.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Art Lewis here for WSGW, inviting you to explore America's last frontier, Alaska, from August 30th to September 10th, 2023. You'll fly from Detroit to Fairbanks for the start of a 12-day land and sea adventure. Ride the stern wheel of discovery as you learn about Alaska's diverse culture and rich history. Then it's on to Denali for a wilderness tour. From Denali, you'll ride a luxury dome rail car to Talkeetna and stay at the Talkeetna Alaskan Lodge. The next day finds you driving to Whittier to board Holland America's New Amsterdam for a 7-night cruise. You'll see Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay, plus stops in Skagway, Juneau, and Ketchikan before sailing the Inside Passage to your final destination of Vancouver, BC. Past experience tells us this will sell out fast. For a brochure, send your address to me and I will forward the brochure to you. Send to artlewis@wsgw.com. That's ARTLEWIS at WSGW.com. Alaska is called.
It's the Ontario Hockey League action of your Saginaw Spirit.
Shot and another one goes in. Zane Perek back in the lineup, back on the board. It is 2-1 Saginaw, just like that.
The Saginaw Spirit continued their weekend road trip with a stop at the Erie Otters live Friday night at 6:45 p.m. Then the Spirit have a Saturday afternoon showdown against the Hamilton Bulldogs at 3:45. Both games are on 100.5 FM News Radio WSGW.
All season long, it's Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Broadcasting from the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios. This is WS.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show for this Friday morning, talking to Marsha Braun, Executive Director of the Saginaw Arts and Enrichment Commission. What's the financial health of the arts organizations in the Great Lakes Bay region?
Well, I'll tell you, Art, I think we're doing pretty well. We all know how to operate lean and mean. And yes, it is a struggle. And I know there's many art organizations out there who are really operating on a shoestring, and they need the community's support. And that is individuals and businesses. And beyond financial, also volunteer support is also something that we all look for. But like I said, we're used to operating lean and mean. Do we want to necessarily? No. But we're doing what we can do to keep our programming at the level that the community expects. And I think all of our arts organizations are doing an excellent job of that. We've got great management teams, across the region, and we're very, very fortunate and blessed. You look at what we have here. Downtown Saginaw alone, you've got Choral Society, Symphony, Pit and Balcony, Castle Museum. I mean, every major art organization in Saginaw is located within the city limits. And then, of course, in Midland, you've got the strength of the Midland Center for the Arts, State Theater in Bay City, and now the concerts in Winona. I mean, we are just very, very fortunate to have everything we have in our area.
I tell people when we talk about the region, if you take an approximate population of 400,000 plus a few, and 3 smaller metropolitan areas as opposed to one big one, how many areas in the country with that kind of population can boast 2 symphonies, several art museums, several other kinds of museums, several theater companies? I mean, you won't find that anywhere. You won't find some of that in big cities.
You won't. You absolutely will not. And I think people kind of take it for granted. I mean, but we can get in our car and drive 20 minutes up the road to Bay City, 20, 25 to Midland, and we can access, and then you go over into Isabella, Gratiot, Clare County. There's all kinds of little gyms that I had no idea even existed till we became a regional regranting agency. And, I had to learn what was going on outside of, Saginaw. And it is just, it is phenomenal. And you're absolutely right, Art. I don't think there's any place else that can boast what we have. And I look at it even during the summer, there are so many free concert series. You've got Party on McCarty, Our Jazz in the Garden, Friday Night Live. The Y has a couple concerts. I mean, there is so much you can take advantage of, and fun things too that are, new and upcoming, like the graffiti paint out that they had in the Old Town area. If you didn't get down to that, it was early fall, September. Great fun. And it was so neat to see these creative street artists. I mean, I think it just is really phenomenal that we've got all this going on.
Well, I'll tease you. I can't talk about it, but there will be something else coming down the pike in a while. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's going to be a while. But
Art, that's not fair.
There's an idea floating out there. That's all I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, I may have to buy you coffee or something and try to get it out of you.
The other thing that's happened in Saginaw is there's been a rotation of management, if you will. Bonnie went from the Symphony over to the Choral Society. Cameron is now at the Symphony. We have 2 executive directors that are doing well.
Right.
And of course, can't talk about it without talking about the Temple Arts Association, which is the compilation of the Art Museum and Temple Theater, which I kind of think is the wave of the future in arts organizations at some point in time, particularly as money becomes very, very tight. I think there is going to be a blending of these organizations into a unified heading, if you will.
I think there's a synergy by doing that. And, we're looking at what we can do, to keep our costs down, to work more efficiently. And I agree. I think you'll see more of that. The other thing that you see a lot of in our region is collaboration. You'll see the Symphony and the Choral Society working together on a project. Organizations within Midland Center for the Arts work together on projects. The big one that sticks out is Mamma Mia, when the 3 main theater organizations came together to present that. Huge collaboration. And, we see our arts organizations realizing that if we work together, we can all, succeed together.
Yeah, and the other thing is, in this area, we're blessed with some worldwide artists.
Yes, we are.
Brian Darcy James, movies, theater, you name it.
Right.
Kevin Cole, I'm just
Kevin
in
Cole.
communications with Kevin. He's going to be with me on December 2nd.
He's got a concert coming up.
World-renowned. Yeah, he's a
Yes.
world-renowned pianist and Gershwinologist, I call him. But
And he's phenomenal. If people have not seen him, I mean, to watch his fingers on a keyboard is unbelievable.
You can't see him. They move so fast. Yeah, he is spectacular. There are many others. Any list I do is a list of omission, but this is quite an area for that, and a lot of those talents were nurtured in the pit and balconies and the Bay Players and all of those organizations. And how they got their start.
Well, and I think people don't realize too, we have a Pulitzer Prize winning poet from our area,
Yep.
Theodore Retke. And the same thing, like you said, they've been nurtured here in our organizations, and they've gone on to do great things. We have a StreamYard series that we do on Arts Saginaw, which is our Facebook page, and it's called Across the Miles. And Janet Martinell interviews artists who are from Saginaw and who've gone on to do great things in other areas of, whether it's the US or the world. So take a look at it. You can find it on our Facebook page. Like I said, Arts, ARTS, Saginaw. And it's really fun. I mean, she's got like Chris Largent, who is a young man who was here, went to SASA, and very involved in Pit and Balcony, and was working for the San Francisco Opera, doing big things. And so it's fun to see where people have ended up and exactly what they're doing and the impact they're making.
All right, hang on, Marsha. We'll be back. We come back. We will return to the Holiday Mart and find out who's going to be there and all of those good things. Let me take a moment to talk to you about my friends at Thalen Volkswagen in Bay City. This month, I'm driving a Volkswagen Taos. I didn't even know it existed till they gave it to me to drive, and it's a fabulous, fabulous compact SUV. VW designed the Taos to make your daily driving experience a real joy, and it is. And with available 4Motion all-wheel drive and turbocharged engine, it's ready to handle the not-so-everyday, too. It's streamlined, has sharp features. Not only is it a joy to drive, but it's a joy to look at. You might even brag about it. And the Taos is packed with useful tech for your everyday, from the touchscreen display to the connected features. It seamlessly integrates into your life. Check out the Volkswagen Taos today at Thalen Volkswagen, 1112 North Euclid Avenue in Bay City. Talk to a Thalen Volkswagen representative about Volkswagen's Sign and Drive program. You can find out more online at thinkthalen.com. Thalen, serving your automotive needs for 45 years.
Dealing with a home or building emergency?
Respond, recover, rebuild, hammer restoration. It's all about skill.
When you need help for your home, business, commercial building, school, or church, there's only one phone call to make.
Hammer restoration. Respond, recover, rebuild.
Call Hammer Restoration, a family-owned business serving your friends and neighbors in the Great Lakes Bay region for over.
Did you know Kohl's has early holiday deals on the top toys? It was a game changer for me. I found all my kids' favorites, like Marvel must-haves starting at $11.99, Squishmallows for $25 and under, a Fisher-Price Dreamhouse for $49.99, and found so much more. Plus, you can take an extra 20% off or save even more with the Kohl's card. More gifts, more savings, more reasons to get to Kohl's. Select styles. 20% offer ends November 19th. Toys. Coupons do not apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience, and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. This might deliver a lot of hay. ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You've got advanced prostate cancer, but you're not waiting around. You want straight talk, the facts about Orgovix.
Orgovix Relagolix 120 milligram prescription tablets is a treatment for adults with advanced prostate cancer. Fact: Orgovix is a different kind of androgen deprivation therapy treatment, a pill, not an injection. Orgovix may cause serious side effects, including a heart condition called QT prolongation. Tell your doctor right away if you feel dizzy, faint, have a racing or pounding heart, or chest pain. Orgovix can cause harm to an unborn. Use birth control during treatment and for 2 weeks after Orgovix treatment. The most common side effects include hot flushes, increased blood sugar and blood fat levels, muscle and joint pain, decreased blood hemoglobin levels, increased liver enzymes, tiredness, constipation, and diarrhea. Other side effects include weight gain, decreased sex drive, and erectile function problems. Orgovix may cause infertility. Talk to your doctor if infertility is a concern for you.
Go with Orgovix. Ask your doctor. For more facts, visit gowiththefacts.com.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, UP deer hunter Josh Stein, then Beth Gruden of the Michigan Wildlife Council. In hour number 2, extreme long-range shooter Paul Phillips, then Nick Green of MUCC checks in. And in our final hour, we're talking fishing with Captain Lance Keene of Steelhead Hunter Guide Service. Listen Saturday mornings at 6 and Sundays at 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with Marsha Braun, the Executive Director of the Saginaw Arts and Enrichment Commission, and we're going to finish where we started, talking about the Holiday Mart coming up on the 30th of November. So give us an idea of some of the vendors that are going to be there.
Well, we've got a really nice mix of vendors. First and foremost, David Miller, who has the wooden reindeer that everybody love, will be back. He's been with the Art Mart, originally Holiday Art Fair, now Holiday Art Mart, since the very beginning. So 29 years. And he has deer from the little bitty small ones to ones I think literally I could sit on. So he'll be back, which is exciting. We have some artists who do textile work, so like pillows, shawls, scarves, that kind of things. Really neat hand knit socks, wool socks and mittens, and they're made on an antique sock loom, which I know sounds odd, but they are phenomenal and so warm and cozy. We've got holiday decor, we've got jewelry, some beautiful homemade or handmade journals and boxes with marbled paper that is all hand done. And Mary Faith will be at the Art Mart from 3 to 6, I believe, actually painting and personalizing the glass ornaments that she does, which are exclusive, an exclusive sale at Anderson Center. They have all kinds of Saginaw landmark buildings on them. And we've got everything from like the waterworks to the art museum to some of the churches. They're so sweet. Hoyt Park, they make a great gift. So she'll be there. And like I said, just a wonderful, wonderful variety, some pottery and some other Saginaw items and great stuff. So, and some vintage holiday, which will be fun.
So let's talk about the namesake, the holly. Comes out of, if I remember right, comes out of Washington State?
Oregon.
Oregon. Comes out of Oregon?
Yes.
Any problems getting it this year?
I have not heard. I kind of went through the back of my mind with this storm that has been moving across the U.S., but as far as I know, it's on its way and all is good. We get it, like you said, it's fresh cut from Oregon. And we get it, we bag it, and it's $12 a bag. It's usually very, very beautiful, and you get a nice size bag. So that's the namesake. And as far as I know, we're the only place that you can buy an actual bag of like fresh holly for the holidays.
And so give everybody the date and times again.
It is Wednesday, November 30th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And as I mentioned, we've extended the hours for those people that are working. So hopefully they'll come shop after Christmas or after their work day. And we also have a Christmas cafe with specialty holiday beverages and a bake shop with wonderful sweet treats to either eat at Anderson while you're visiting with friends and family or to take home with you. And also we've added some music this year. We'll have holiday music, live holiday music from 3 to 6 in the afternoon. So a totally festive day.
November 30th. Mark it on your calendars, folks. Free to get in. The only thing it costs you is if you buy stuff.
And follow us on Facebook at Arts Saginaw. That's ARTS Saginaw, because we'll be putting things up there, samples of what the vendors have, and more information. And of course, that's a great resource for people just to find out anything that's going on in the community as far as arts and culture. We put all kinds of events and postings there.
All right. Well, good luck with it, Marsha.
Thanks
you for being with us.
Come see us, Art.
We will. All right. And I'll be there at 2:45 this afternoon to see you.
I know. I'll see you in a few hours for sure.
All
So
right.
I encourage everybody to come down tonight and enjoy the holidays in the city.
Have a good one.
Great.
Bye-bye
Thank
now.
you. Bye-bye.
Marsha Braun, Executive Director of the Saginaw Arts and Enrichment Commission. Be back to close out in a moment.
Do you have Medicare TV ads? What's best for you? There are options available to you now through December 7th that you didn't have before. Did you know that now you can have up to $3,000 of dental coverage at no cost? Sound too good to be true? Talk to the folks at Medicare Choices in Saginaw today and find out that it is true and available right now. Talk to Medicare Choices. Call 989-899-7820. Medicare 989-899-7820. It'll be the best call you ever made.
The fusion of jazz, rock, and legend.
Make me smile.
Chicago.
You're the inspiration.
Friday, May 5th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
254624.
Tickets start at $59. On sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office or etix.com. Decades of hits. Chicago.
If you leave tonight.
Friday, May 5th at Soaring Eagle Casino. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sound of Chicago.
On the battlefield, there's a saying: America's military men and women never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Applied Training Solutions. You are going to get a CPL class from Applied Training Solutions for only $75. It's usually $150. Half off. The CPL class is necessary for anyone looking for the proper certification to apply for a concealed pistol license in the state of Michigan. You must be 21 or older. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
All right, that'll do it for this first hour of the Art Lewis Show. Thanks for being with us, and we appreciate Marsha Braun spending time with us. Coming up next hour, open phones for the entire hour here on this Friday. Talk a little bit about turkey prices. And all of that ahead this morning, and that'll be right after the news from CBS and the local reports.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah. It's thunder snowing in Buffalo. Western New Yorkers posting video of heavy snow, thunder, and lightning all mixed together. It was a slog for Jay Dano to get to his job at the Country Inn and Suites in West Seneca.
It took about an hour, and I'm 3/4 of a mile away from the place. It's just finding pathways to get through because none of the roads have been plowed.
There's a state of emergency in effect, and driving is banned. Dano's advice?
Yes, people from Ontario, Canada, who are trying to get home, and I advise them not to just stay the night again. We'll give you a good rate, you know.
Forecasters expect as much as 6 feet of snow before it winds down this week. Offices are reportedly closed until Monday after a mass worker exodus.
Elon Musk gave Twitter employees an ultimatum yesterday. Be hardcore or leave. And hundreds walked out the door. This came shortly after he already fired half the company's workforce. Melissa Engel was one of them.
It's extremely chaotic and the morale is extremely low.
Engel were in charge of going through tweets, and so this is concerning.
With the human review completely gone, what will happen to the platform?
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
The search for evidence and a suspect continues after 4 college students were stabbed to death in Idaho last weekend. CBS's Christina Ruffini is in Moscow.
Police revealed they are working with the 2 surviving roommates who were home during the attack, but are not considered suspects. University officials say they've increased campus patrols and are excusing all absences.
Ukraine is now taking part in an investigation into a missile that killed 2 people in Poland. Correspondent Cami McCormick has that.
The minister said today that Ukrainian experts are already on the ground in southeastern Poland where the missile hit. The U.S. and NATO have said they back Poland's assertion that it was likely a Ukrainian air defense missile that went astray. The Ukrainians have insisted they have evidence of a Russian trace, but said they're grateful to Poland for providing them with access to the site.
Don't blame Budweiser for Qatar's decision today to opt out of beer sales at next week's World Cup. The company says the new restrictions are beyond its control. Sales of alcohol are heavily restricted in the Muslim nation. Scrabble's giving younger players a new edge.
Noodles are free pasta alternative, but they're delicious and healthy.
It's added about 500 new words from zoodles, zucchini noodles, to sitch, stand, convo, and that temporary stand-in for the mohawk.
The stylist did a really awesome, edgy break on me.
Dow up 93 in early trading. This is CBS News.
Make the hiring process work for you. With Indeed's end-to-end hiring solution, you can attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Choosing a Medicare plan is a big decision, and with all the options out there, it would be nice to sit down and talk with someone who knows all about Medicare plans. Well, Medicare plan experts right here in Michigan, ready to help answer all your Medicare questions. Call a local United Healthcare Medicare plan expert today at 586-988-1832. That's 586-988-1832. Or go to myuhcagent.com. Hurry, enrollment is open from October 15th to December 7th. The United Healthcare Medicare plan expert is a licensed sales agent / producer.
Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Here's my card.
I order takeout. Here's my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream for $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 6.99% APR with autopay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money with a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 6.99% APR to 21.49% APR and include a 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to .com/radio for more information.
This holiday season, give the most eternal, unique gift of the year. Name a star after someone. I'm Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we'll name a star after anyone on your gift list. The star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office, and we will send an incredible personalized gift package. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com for the gift that shines forever.
From the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 29 degrees at 10:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Percha. The Saginaw man may spend the rest of his life in prison after a jury found him guilty of killing 2 women. The incident took place March 14, 2020 at a home on Gallagher Street.
57-year-old Jerome Rogers entered the home and shot 72-year-old Hortense Williams and her 48-year-old daughter, Teresa Allen, to death. He also shot 2 other people, a man and a woman, though they both survived. Charged with 8 counts, including second-degree murder. He was convicted on all charges. A sentencing date has not been set. The Clio man has been charged in the kidnapping and assault of 2 women in Tuscola County. Police say 31-year-old Joseph Blasdell held the women against their will at a home in the Baker subdivision and assaulted them on the night of November 5th. The women were acquaintances of Blasdell, according to police. The suspect allegedly had a gun. The women were able to escape the home, and Blasdell was taken into custody. He's charged with unlawful imprisonment, assault with intent to commit great bodily harm less than murder, domestic violence, and several other charges. He's being held in the Tuscola County Jail on an $8,000 bond. My Michigan Health has named a new chief medical officer, Dr. Paul Berg, who will oversee administration for medical staff, graduate medical education, continuing medical education, clinical quality, and much more. I had a family physician who's been with My Michigan since 2005 and has served as president of My Michigan Medical Group since February 2018. He received his medical degree from MSU College of Human Medicine in East Lansing and completed his family practice residency at My Michigan Medical Center in Midland. He succeeds Dr. Lydia Watson, who begins her appointment as president and CEO of the Midland-based health system effective December 1st. WSGW News Time 10:07.
Hello, this is Elder Law Attorney Carol Thomas. Our Saginaw seminars are coming up on Wednesday, November 30th at the Horizons Conference Center on State Street in Saginaw. I have sessions at 10 o'clock and 5 o'clock.
If you'd like to make a reservation, please call my office at 989-793-2300. I talk about wills and trusts, the importance of them to get assets protected if you ever need nursing home care. It's also extremely important to understand why you need a financial power of attorney. Why do you need a medical power of attorney? I love presenting the seminars because find out what is necessary. I've had so many people come to my office recently that I am not able to help because they do not have their documents set up. I think it's worth your time to come to one seminar, learn what you need to know, and then you can make the decision. But isn't it amazing? By coming to one seminar, you can learn how to protect your life savings. Please call my office at 989-793-2300 to make a reservation. I promise you, you will not be disappointed if you come to one of my seminars.
WSGW News Time 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. An 80-year-old Michigan hunter who got lost and repeatedly fell into a river was rescued by canoe after a police dog tracked down the soaked man. The Michigan State Police on Wednesday after her husband went out to track deer but failed to return home after several hours. The woman heard her husband shooting several shots, meaning he was lost. Troopers dispatched to the area in Crawford County's Lovels Township used a state police dog to track the man down along the north branch of the Osable River. After local responders ferried the man to safety using a canoe, he was reported in good health following a hospital visit. We can expect a recession in 2023, but it should be a mild one, according to a forecast from University of Michigan economist Gabe Ehrlich, who says a recession is likely to help fight inflation.
That is why we're forecasting a recession. Is we think the Federal Reserve is going to keep raising interest rates and make sure it gets inflation back down closer to target. We do expect inflation to come back down a lot closer to target over the next couple of years, to just a little bit above 2% by 2024. We are forecasting stubborn inflation. It's going to be with us a little while longer, but it should start coming down in a durable and noticeable way over the next couple of years.
Ehrlich says strong demand in the automotive sector should help Michigan avoid the worst effects of the potential economic downturn. He expects the Fed to continue raising interest rates through the middle of next year, but that should help keep a lid on inflation. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 10:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see a few scattered snow showers here for today with mostly cloudy skies and a high into the mid-30s. Southwest winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour and gusting as high as 25. And for tonight, a chance for some snow showers, cloudy and a low around 20. Saturday, chance for snow showers here late, cloudy skies, high of 27 degrees. Sunday, mostly sunny skies, high around 26. Monday, partial sunshine develops, high 39. Tuesday, partly sunny, high around 39 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 28.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. Nice to have you with us on this Friday morning already. Wow. Weekend is ahead. A busy weekend, particularly here in Saginaw, because they have a holiday in the heart of the city, as we've been talking about. But lots going on throughout the region. So enjoy this a little early kickoff to the holidays, Thanksgiving next week. And by the way, we have open phones this hour. Whatever you would like to chat about, 989-752-6111 is the number to call, and we would be delighted to talk to you here on WSGW. I want to spend a little bit of time. We've touched on this earlier, but, with Thanksgiving coming, there have been a number of stories about the fact that the rising cost of Thanksgiving dinner has caused people to change their plans because of limited funds. One story here, a person by the name of Hayes Culbreth, her mother sent a poll to family members saying she could only afford to make 2 sides for their group of 15 people this Thanksgiving, and asked them to vote for their favorites. And I would have to guess that these would come up on most people's lists of favorites if you had to choose only 2 sides. Now, these wouldn't be the 2 I would choose, but we'll talk about that. She guesses that green bean casserole will be 1, and that macaroni and cheese will make the cut. But others, like sweet potato casserole with brown sugar crust, will not. And I'm asking myself, well, what about stuffing, for example? Is dressing or stuffing considered a side, or is that part of the bird? I would think it's a side. Turkey, and then everything else becomes a side. But Thanksgiving, it is estimated by the government, will increase by double-digit percentages. The price of turkey, potatoes, stuffing, canned pumpkin, and other staples estimates the food price will be up 9.5% to 10.5% this year. Historically, they've risen 2%. And there are a lot of reasons for it. In the case of turkeys, avian flu, bird flu, reported earlier this year wiped out about 49 million turkeys and other poultry in 46 states. Now, obviously, that's a drain on the market. Supply and demand dictate that with far fewer turkeys on the market, prices are going to go up. They are at a record high, as a matter of fact. And, for example, the wholesale price of a frozen 8 to 16 pound turkey hen, that's typically what's purchased for Thanksgiving, will hit $1.77 a pound in November, up 28% from the same month last year. Now, if you shop around, you might be able to find slightly better deals. You might be able to find some special sale. Maybe you have discounts because you use a loyalty card program or something like that. So there are plenty of whole birds out there, but it's been a tough year for the turkey producers. Now, Butterball, which supplies about a third of the turkeys, said avian flu impacted only about 1% of its production because of security measures it put in place after the last bout with avian flu, which is back in 2015. But it might be harder to find the smaller items like turkey breasts, which typically is what we do at our house. My wife will buy a turkey breast, and we'll have turkey breast. This year, we're not doing Thanksgiving. Our son is doing Thanksgiving. But normally, we would go out and find a turkey breast, and that's what we would use. And by the way, if you think, well, I'll just have ham instead, guess what? Price is up for ham. Canned pumpkin, a 30-ounce, up 17%. A box of stuffing, up 14%. 5-pound bag of russet potatoes, 45.5% higher than a year ago. So just to give you an idea of what's going on, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? And have you trimmed back the amount of food you'll have? You can give us a call. Meantime, we have a caller waiting for us. Susan is in Bay City. Susan, good morning.
Good morning, Art. I keep asking the question, why would, make America great again? Why wouldn't anyone want America to be at its very best? Why would they go out of their way to, in the blue state, to totally trash the place and seem to be happy with that? And lo and behold, in my Newsmax magazine, it was an article, The Deliberate Trashing of America. And I was flabbergasted because it's actually a known strategy called the Curley effect, Curley. And what they do is they want to push out all the wealthy. They want to push out all the middle class. They want to get rid of all the businesses. And they figure even if the wealthy stay, they have their own security. They put their children in private schools.
Well,
and the people that are the poor, the illiterate. They vote in low numbers.
Here's the good news.
Here's
the good news. Here's the good news. There are very few of those people. I know it may seem like a lot when you read those articles, but in reality, there are very, very few of those people.
Well, if you continue on the article, I was trying to make it short, but the mayor there in Louisiana, she has been, after Hurricane Katrina, she has been gutting the city. She's down to 957 police officers, and that was before this article came out. All the money that came to them for drainage for after Hurricane Katrina, billions of dollars of federal government money. Not one penny was spent on that city. It was all graft.
How do we know that?
Yeah, I mean, it's written in here. I mean,
well, that's what I said. How do you know that? I don't care where it's written.
Well, you want to know something? It's because if you wanted to go and fact check all this, I'm betting it would be true. All the cities that have been looted, and it just makes sense to me that these people would do this.
Well,
and they got Detroit in here, Coleman Young, and how he.
So when was the last time he was in office?
No, but they say that's when it started.
Well, you think Mike Duggan is doing that now in the city that he's trying to draw lots of business into, and he's doing economic development right and left?
No.
So why worry about Coleman Young? He's gone.
No, but what happened is it started to drag the place down, and now they're going to have to try to build it back up.
Well, he's doing a very good job of it.
Well, good.
So maybe I'd rather look at people like him than the few oddballs out there that think they want to trash the country.
But you want to know something? It tells you where these ideas started from. And that Curley effect, you can fact check that and you can look that up. That actually is an effect. It answered a lot of questions to me why things seem to consider to go.
Good enough.
The turkey yesterday was almost $50 because they had to buy an organic one. And it was about 12 pounds, some ounces.
Yeah. Good luck. All right.
Yeah. Well, I got it. Well, thanks, Art. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye, Susan. All right. 989-752-6111, whatever you'd like to chat about. I'd like to talk a little more about Thanksgiving dinner and what you plan to do for it, and has it changed because of the pricing, what you will put on the table. Meantime, let's talk about money a different way. A 401k can be an important asset for many American retirements. You've made contributions to your 401k every single paycheck for years, even decades. Its tax advantages and portability may enable workers to build sizable and important nest eggs, but its flexibility can also be costly if you aren't aware of potential mistakes. Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a guide that will teach you how to avoid an IRS early distribution penalty and full taxation on rollovers, the little-known weapon you can use, your most mistake-proof option, and more. Request your guide today at 989-835-7203 or visit GreatLakesInvestmentAdvisors.com. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services of any state other than Michigan or where otherwise permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through Great Lakes Investment Advisors, a registered investment advisor in the state of Michigan.
Bay City Bridge Partners is bringing you the same convenient route between home, work, school, and many of Bay City's best restaurants and attractions. It's Liberty Bridge, but better. With a smooth new deck surface, new more reliable bascule mechanics, electronics, and technology, saving you time and fuel costs, and adding another 7. Elevate and grow the Bay City community. Learn about the ease of electronic tolling and pre-register for a transponder account at BayCityBridgePartners.com.
Imagine this, winning big at Soaring Eagle. It's the $100,000 buckets of cash every Saturday in November. Each week, we're giving away $25,000 in cold, hard cash. Drawings are 7 to 11 p.m. with every winner taking home $5,000. Grab buckets of cash only at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Your getaway reimagined. Visit SoaringEagleCasino.com for complete rules and details.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
We're seeing gains across the board in early trading on Wall Street. Amazon CEO says the e-commerce giant is going to continue layoffs into early next year.
They are forecasting the slowest holiday sales growth in the company's history. The stock has lost $1 trillion in market cap the past 12 months, and they reported a loss for the first time in about 10 years.
Fox's Susan Lee. The European Central Bank is warning it needs to raise rates even further. Some 30,000 Tesla Model X cars are being recalled because their front passenger airbags may deploy incorrectly. Crashes. The fix is an over-the-air software update. Last week, the electric vehicle maker recalled over 40,000 Model S and X vehicles due to the risk of experiencing a loss of power steering assist when driving on rough roads or after hitting a pothole. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
Starting to realize your small business is a little overwhelmed by the holiday rush? It's still not too late to get all of your shipping and mailing under control with Stamps.com. Sign up right now, and you'll be printing your own postage in just minutes with discounted USPS and UPS shipping. Stamps.com. Click the mic at the top of the page and use code BUSINESS for a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale. That's Stamps.com, code BUSINESS.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Your WSGW morning team.
WSGW online poll, Michigan's state bird. There have been ruminations in the past. The robin to Kirtland's warbler. The robin's been the state bird since 1931, recognized as the best known and best loved bird in the state. Kirtland's warblers were among the first animals identified as at risk for extinction, but Michigan's Jack Pine Forests led the way for a successful conservation effort, and at this time, almost the entire global population of Kirtland's warblers spends its breeding seasons in Michigan. The poll question for you, what should be the state bird of Michigan? Should it stay the robin? Should it change to Kirtland's warbler? Or do you say, whatever?
I nominate the seagull. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. I was going to suggest the crow because no other state has the crow, and they're all over the place too.
Or cowbirds. Those are everywhere too.
We've Scroll down the homepage and make your vote that way.
Your morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. It's the Ontario Hockey League action of your Saginaw Spirit.
Shot and another one goes in. Zane Perek back in the lineup, back on the board. It is 2-1 Saginaw just like that.
The Saginaw Spirit continued their weekend road trip with a stop at the Erie Otters live Friday night at 6:45 p.m. Then the Spirit have a Saturday afternoon showdown against the Hamilton Bulldogs at 3:45. Both games are on 100.5 FM News Radio WSGW.
All season long, it's Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Markley Van Camp and Robin Show.
It's the Friday Five, and this week it's going to be sweet.
Oh, so sweet. Can't wait. Slice off a piece.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back. Just want to finish up my conversation on the price of Thanksgiving dinner this year. There are some companies trying to mitigate the increase by reducing prices. They're discounting turkeys and other staples in the hopes that shoppers obviously will spend more freely. Walmart promised turkeys for less than $1 a pound and says ham, potatoes, and stuffing will cost the same as they did last year. Kroger has also cut prices so shoppers can spend $5 or less per person on a meal for 10. Aldi is rolling back prices to 2019 levels. But overall, you're going to spend more. And to give you an example of that, Whole Foods, which we don't have around here, but Whole Foods is advertising a classic Thanksgiving feast for 8 people for $179.99. That is $40 more than what the cost was last year. All right, Dave is in Bay County, so let us talk to Dave this morning.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
I'd like to bring to your attention what's going on with what farmers are going through right now, dealing with the DEQ. I have one farm. It's a 40-acre farm, and what they've done is they've located areas so that one area is about 10 foot by 12 foot, and then other areas are about the same size throughout that 40-acre parcel. And they're saying that's wetlands. I cannot farm it anymore, and they've issued me huge fines for farming it. And what they're saying is I have to farm around those places. Well, combines don't have 10-foot heads anymore.
Yeah.
The planters are 40 foot, and the grain heads are 40 foot. Maneuvering around all these spots that they claim are wetlands.
Let me ask a question, Dave. This is how they get you, really, because what would it cost you to litigate and get a court to rule in your favor?
Well, tons of money.
Tons of money, right?
But they're also issuing huge fines.
I know, but if you took them to court, it would stay those fines until after the court decision.
It's like the DNR does not know that the Constitution exists, and the Constitution is very clear about it. If a government agency, that's exactly what it says in the U.S. Constitution or the Constitution, if a government agency feels that they have to take private property, then they must justly compensate the owner of that property.
Yeah.
And they're not doing that at all.
Well, that's why I ask. I wonder if it might pay for a group of farmers, substantial sized group of farmers, to get together, pool their money, and take them to court in a class action.
Well, it's a thought, but at any rate,
I mean, that would be.
The DNR is an unscrupulous agency. They're just about. And here's another thing that's bad about it. Owns 29% of the real estate in Michigan. They don't have enough of their own property now.
Yeah.
They have to take private property without compensating the landowner.
So I have a question. You said you have 40 acres.
Well, I have several farms.
Okay, but you have all right. This one particular
One
plot.
farm that they're screwing
How
me off.
and how big are the parcels that they're talking about?
Oh, they vary in size from 10 foot by 10 foot to say.
And how do they know that 10 foot piece is on your farm?
Well, they just here's what it boils down to. They don't like it if a farmer clears an area. Say there's a clump of trees on a farmer's farm, and
Sure.
he clears them so it makes it easier to farm. They don't like that at all, and then they will nail it.
But how do they know that? I mean, you don't need a permit for that, do you?
No, you don't. At this time, you don't. But they just watch. But they're just a terrible agency when it comes to stealing private property. And that's
the only answer is
that's
somebody's
a
going to
private
have to take them to court. That's the only answer.
Well,
Or
they should have enough scruples.
Yeah, or you get the legislature, to set them down and put through rules and regulations that they can't, bypass.
Well, they're not doing that.
And they won't do that either. Yeah, that's the problem.
They're totally ignoring the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah. Well, again, you can say that, but if you don't take action against them, nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
So somehow,
your listeners aware of it.
yeah, well, somehow I think you have to get a group together and do a class action, and that seems to be the way it like here's a question. One of the guys at the station just put up a question. Why doesn't Farm Bureau bring a lawsuit or one of those types of organizations?
I don't know.
So it might be worth talking to him.
Okay, food for thought. Well, thanks for hearing me.
Good enough,
Have a
Dave.
good day.
Thanks.
Yep,
Appreciate
bye.
it. All right. And let's talk to John in Freeland. John, good morning. What'd you say, John? I missed you. You cut out there.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good, good. Hey, first of all, the DNR stands for Does Nothing Right. And my next.
Well, let me just a minute. Let me do one thing here. The DNR has a lot of facets. Some of the things they do right. Other things you might question.
Yeah, I question a lot of it. Anyways, Art, back to the other thing I was in question about was the Thanksgiving dinner. Oh my goodness, I wish that the rate of inflation was only at 8% like the government keeps jamming down our throat because I don't see 8% no matter where you go.
Yeah, depends what it is you're buying.
Well, not really, Art. Go look around.
Oh, I have.
Everything's up.
Everything is up. Yeah, 24%. A lot of things are.
Yes, a lot. More than that are not.
Yeah.
All I can say is darn Putin, huh?
Well, let's blame. Well, you got somebody to blame.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yep.
Rather than yourself, you've got somebody to blame. That's the answer. Yeah.
I think the guy that we need to blame is in Washington, D.C.
Well,
sitting behind the aviators.
Yep.
Hey, Art, happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye now. Saginaw base. Oh, here's one number, 989-752-6111. Every now and then I revert back into the old multiple number. We only have one now, 989-752-6111. And the reason, by the way, for that is most of the companies, they don't charge roaming in long distance anymore. So there's no need to have separate numbers for that. Anyhow, we are open till the top of the hour. Give us a call. Love to chat with you about whatever's on your mind on this Friday morning.
The kitchen is more than a room. It's where food, family, and friends come together. As the heart of the home, it's also a reflection of you. I'm Dee, General Manager of Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery in Midland. I'd like to invite you into our showroom. We'll not only help you design your dream kitchen, but our experts also handle bathrooms, mudrooms, home office spaces, fireplaces, showers, and much more. Visit us online at premierkitchenandbathgallery.com. Let us help you.
Your home is your haven, and the perfect window treatments can make it feel even more special. Hi, this is Mary Ann from Warden Interiors in Frankenmuth. During the Hunter Douglas Season of Style Savings Event, now through December 5th, save big with rebates on qualifying purchases of gorgeous shades. Duet honeycomb shades provide year-round comfort in the home with an innovative cellular design. Silhouette window shadings filter natural sunlight to create a soft glow. Pirouette window shadings provide endless options for light control. Luminette privacy shades are an ideal choice for sliding glass doors. Don't miss a Season of Style savings event now through December 5th. Also, featuring all pet protection and warranty are on sale now. The only carpet with protection and warranty for all pets and all accidents, providing soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room. Warden Interiors and Frankenmuth, celebrating 60 years in business. We'll help you bring it all together.
Save on your next appliance upgrade right now during the 11% off in 2022. Upgrade your home with top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criteria. We have the largest in-stock appliance selection to take home today at the lowest prices. Upgrade to new energy-efficient appliances. It's your November 20. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Every warrior needs support. I did. After my time in the military, I struggled with mental health and some substance abuse.
That's when Tanya called the Veteran Navigator program and was matched with me. We helped connect her to the mental health and substance abuse care she needed and cared for her family too. Get connected to a veteran navigator at michigan.gov/walkingwithwarriors.
Sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of
Hey,
appetite.
it's Dana Cortez, and I'm married to DJ Automatic. When it comes to big life decisions, having options is something I value for our family, especially when it comes to saving money. That's why I love State Farm.
State Farm knows everyone has a budget, and they've got options like insuring your car and your home, getting you great rates on both, or they can help personalize your policy with options so that you can get a surprisingly great rate.
That's what it's all about. So we bundle our home and our car. So for surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
You have the chance to win a $1,000 gift certificate playing the WSGW Holiday Home Makeover Contest. You enter the contest online at WSGW.com. When you enter, you choose one of the participating businesses where you would use your $1,000 gift certificate if you're drawn as the random winner. Businesses to choose include Bay Landscaping, Crane's L&M Appliance Center, Designer's Touch Decorating in Freeland, Hartel Heating and Cooling, Begic Nursery and Garden Center, Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery, Wolf Isles Ace Hardware, Cluck Nursery, M&R Garage Doors and Openers, A Plus Plumbing, Midland Sand, West Side Decorating Center, Maple Hill Nursery, Roof Max, Reamer Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Delta Door Sales, Jolt Credit Union, Morse Clark Furniture. Hey, and get bonus entries too. Look for the Holiday Home Makeover Contest box in the upper right-hand corner when you enter online, WSGW.com.
This is and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios of WSGW.
All right, we're back here on the Art Lewis Show, and Hound Dog is with us. Hound Dog, good morning.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Hey, we're doing well.
I was going to just say three things, but I forgot one of them. Oh, yeah, my first one is a tip. People that park their vehicles outside and the door freezes shut on them, I would suggest a cooking oil spray on where the rubber hits the metal and the metal hits the rubber.
Ah, good idea.
Okay, that was one thing. Did that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, it works today. The door opened fine, but last night I had a police officer bring me 50 pounds of rock salt. Okay, that's beautiful. And this morning at 8 o'clock, someone pulled in my driveway, and my neighbor, and invited me over for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, wonderful.
And so that's all I really got, and I think you do a wonderful job, and I thought I'd throw a curveball
All
to
right,
you.
buddy. Appreciate it and enjoy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye now. Bill is in Caro. Bill, good morning.
Morning, guys.
I'm going to be out your way. I could be about your way Monday. I've got to talk to the Rotary Club.
Oh, all right. Following Hound Dog's positive little story
Yeah.
there. Meyer, turkey, 52 cents a pound. Kruger, turkey, 49 cents a pound.
Yeah, they cut them down, didn't they? Get them while they're getting's good.
Well, you know, I some, without criticizing, I don't know how you do it, but you do a good job with it. If we didn't have somebody to blame, I think a hell of a lot of us would really be unhappy, wouldn't we? It just amazes me how many people. I'm an independent, so you know, it's. I look at this thing. You know, we blame this party and we blame that party, and in the meantime, I just got a feeling that there's people with lots of money that allow this thing to go on, and I don't have no answer to it at this point, but I think it really makes sense to keep us bickering with each other about this party or that party, and in the meantime, we run this son of a, we want to run it come hell or high water.
Yeah.
Some of the stands that we've made in Afghanistan, those parties were in there 20 years, the last I checked, Google, $3 trillion. That's money.
Yep.
That's not lives. That's not crippled children that went over there to fight for, supposedly protecting our shores.
But understand this, though, Bill, it wasn't the pulling out of Afghanistan that was the problem. It was the way it was done. I fully agreed. I fully agreed with.
I'm talking about going over there and teaching them the American way, which I really question today of what they taught those people over there. Those people have got a way to live, and maybe, when you look at it, it might even be better than ours. And
well, I wouldn't go that far, but I would say that their culture is different. I'm
talking about morality.
I would say their culture is different than our culture, and we would be wrong to think we're going to impose our culture on them.
That's exactly what we was over there for. You know, that's what we ended up doing. But that's what we ended up trying to do. And then, after 20 years, we leave, and it's the same stinking mess, maybe even worse than it was. I don't know. So a lot of people, I don't even think they know what it costs,
Hindsight is 20/20. Maybe we learn the lessons for the future.
They should have learned that back in Vietnam, I think.
Probably you're right there. That's true. We didn't learn much there.
Happy Thanksgiving, Arthur.
Same to you.
Good work,
thanks,
buddy.
Bill. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye now. Quick break, and then we'll be back with more calls.
We all bring something unique to the table. And at Jolt Credit Union, we celebrate that. We're more than a credit union. We're your advocate, invested in your well-being. Our roots run deep in the Great Lakes Bay region, and we understand that by helping our members achieve their personal goals, our whole community is made that much stronger. We're proud to serve our members with branches in Saginaw, Bay City, and Essexville. Every member to give it all we've got, every day and everywhere. Bold ideas lead to memorable results. So roll up your sleeves and join us as we go all in. Become a member today by visiting a nearby branch or get started at joltcu.com. Jolt Credit Union, offering a powerful shift to a better way of banking. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's going to be a November to remember at Saginaw Eagles Landing. Every Saturday from 5 to 10 p.m., you could win a new John Deere Gator $50 premium play. And then on November 26th, it's the grand prize drawing for a John Deere Gator Honor Edition. Don't miss the November to Remember giveaway, only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by not 2 capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-866-88. That's 1-800-478-6688. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-478-6688. That's 1-800-478-6688.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Michigan football is on WSGW.
Play action, back to pass, wide open. J.J. McCarthy fires. Touchdown, Wolverines. Ronnie Bell looking downfield. Here comes the heavy rush, and down he goes. Mason Graham, the true freshman. And they're going to run J.J. left, the quarterback sweep. Can he get the edge? He can. J.J. McCarthy, touchdown, Wolverines. Michigan defeats Nebraska 34-3.
The third-ranked Michigan Wolverines are now 10-0 on the season after nullifying Nebraska. The Maize and Blue play their final game at the Big House this season when they take on Illinois this Saturday with coverage starting at 11 a.m. on 790 News Radio WSGW. Kickoff is at noon. Michigan football is brought to you by Lingle Equipment Company, Schaefer and Beerline, Ram Truck and Frankenmuth, Zillomatic Irrigation Solutions, North Bloomfield Properties, and Wolf Files. Michigan hosts Illinois live Saturday morning at 11 on 790 News Radio WSGW.
Your home for Michigan Wolverines football is WSGW.
All right, let's get back to the phone, see if we can get all these callers in. And where are we here? JJ in Essexville. JJ, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Hey, I got a little input on that farmer that was talking about the wetlands and how they were created.
Yep.
Well, back when Reagan was doing the mega farms, when everybody was making these 10,000-acre farms and all that, they had a neat little thing where they could get a tax break if they called it a wetland. So all these farmers jumped right on it and claimed all these wetlands that they haven't been paying taxes on, and now they want to farm it and thinking everybody's going to forget it.
Well, that's wonderful, but here we are today. How do we deal with it today?
Well, what about, well, I got a classic example. My neighbor got rid of one of the few cedar swamps we had in Tuscola County. He was fined $100,000. He didn't care. That cedar swamp's gone. Do we let all our property to plant 3 more acres of farm?
Well, that's an example. I mean, what does a farmer do who's being told that a 10 by 10 foot square in the middle of his farm is wetland?
Well, that's because the farmer before him did that. He's the one that decided that was a 10 foot. They had this neat little way of farming all this land. And
yeah, I'm not so sure that's true because I think this guy's had this property for a long time.
Well, then he was probably the one that did it because I know it's fact. I'm a farm boy, and I know in the 80s that you could sign a piece of paper that said it was wetland, and then they would give you a tax exempt for it.
Yeah, but all right. It didn't sound like that's what his was, but I'm sure that's possible. I don't know enough about it.
All right, I'm just trying to explain to why they were these little pieces of this and that. They're trying to blame the DEQ in it, but it wasn't. It was the property owner that claimed the wetland.
All right, good enough.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hey, yeah, have a good day, buddy.
You too. Bye-bye now. Al in Midland. Go ahead, Al.
Good morning, Art. I'll make this real quick here. Yeah. Hey, on Hound Dog, I prefer the boot dry or camp dry silicone spray. The critical thing
that would work.
Is make sure the car is shut off because you don't want to suck in this silicone into your oxygen sensor or you'll be replacing that.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay more than you have to. A little bit of that boot dry or camp dry, it's a boot spray for waterproofing.
Yep.
You spray that around the door seals and it works great. And I don't have to worry about the silicone causing problems with anything because the
light coating of Vaseline,
seals,
does the same thing.
Right. But this other stuff on your clothing if you brush against it. And the silicone won't hurt anything.
Right.
So that's the nice thing about the silicone. So
all right.
Have a good afternoon.
You too.
And,
take care.
Happy Thanksgiving if I don't talk to you.
Same
Bye
to
now.
you, Al. Bye-bye now. Mark is in Lincoln. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, December 1st, Facebook is going to stop putting ads or putting politics out there as far as what's going on in politics. How do you think that business model is going to work? And then with Twitter being down,
well, Twitter's going to be
their business.
Twitter's going to be an interesting thing to watch. I have no idea what Twitter's going to look like after a while. Listen, these companies are private companies. They have a right to do what they want to do with their private space. We may not like it, but if we don't like it, then we don't use it. That's the way I view it.
Right, and I get that. But how's the media on the nightly news that's just talks about Facebook articles and Twitter articles? They're actually going to have to do actual reporting now and go get a story.
They're going to have to do more. Yeah, you got it. They're going to have to work harder. Oh, well.
Yeah. All right.
Good enough. Thanks. Yep. Take care, Mark. And Smallwood is with us this morning. Smallwood, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
I am fine, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. Well, I've been listening to your show today and had some outstanding folks on with some great suggestions, and I'm just soaking it all in right now. The one topic that, and I think you've explored it really well, the cost of Thanksgiving dinners going up. And you can see that reflected when you go to the grocery store. That there aren't but a few holidays that I get together with my family to have a meal and to pay 10% more for that family environment. I'll tell you, that's worth every dime you spend. We have other vices in our life where if the cost is increased and we don't even think of it.
No, but, you're right. You're right.
Those that hound about this Thanksgiving holiday and Christmas, just think about the value of when you do get together with family. That means a lot more. I have, it's coming to me in Germany now, who's serving our country, and so he this year unfortunately won't be with us to do that. But I do have another son who says he's coming up, and we're going to eat some turkey and anything else that we can put together.
Well, I got to tell you, Smallwood, this time of year, particularly Thanksgiving, it is my favorite meal of the year to sit down with family. And this year we're not hosting. We usually host, but we're going down to our son's house this year. There is nothing in life more precious than the relationships with your family and the relationships with your friends. I've known Smallwood quite a while, and he and I had lunch a week or two ago. I treasured that time. That is special, to be able to sit down with someone you know and love and respect and just be able to converse.
Indeed. You said it well. You could be the minister of relationships talking like that.
Give me an amen, brother. Give me an amen.
Amen. All right. Have a great holiday, and I do look forward to breaking bread with you sometime soon.
All right, Smallwood. Have yourself a great Thanksgiving, you and your family. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Take care, my friend. Bye-bye now. Now, it is true. I'm going to end on this note today. Many people pass through us in life in relationships. Some long-term, some short-term, some good, some not so good. But those that you respect and you love and you trust and you want to be with, time spent with them is precious. Absolutely precious. And I treasure every moment of it. All right, we'll be back to close out.
Baking cakes wasn't part of Edible's original game plan, but who can resist a slice of rich chocolate cake topped with strawberries and whipped frosting? Probably not you. And sweet for sharing or sweet for snacking on your own, these chocolate masterpieces are just the right size for birthday parties or those random treats for yourself. Find a store near you at edible.com and pick up your chocolate cake with strawberries and whipped frosting today. Be sweet today with the Sweet from Edible arrangements on Tittabawassee and Saginaw.
In his last will and testament, Robert has bequeathed to his only heir and devoted caretaker 1/3 of his house, 1/3 of his truck, and 1/3 of his beloved dog, Mr. Bo here.
Excuse me, I'm a little confused.
Don't settle for a fraction of what you deserve, especially at harvest. Yield your best with Beltima fungicide's proven plant health benefits and flexibility.
1/3 of a dog. Right.
Get everything you deserve with Beltima fungicide. From BASF, always read and follow label directions.
Welcome to a Johnny Mathis Christmas.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening?
Saturday, December 3rd at Soaring Eagle Casino. Johnny Mathis.
Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride.
Holiday classics and his timeless hits.
Chances are.
Tickets for the Johnny Mathis Christmas concert start at $44 and are on sale now at the box office or etix.com. Johnny Mathis performing his legendary pop hits.
It's wonderful.
Forgettable holiday classics.
It's the most wonderful time.
Johnny Mathis with a full orchestra, December 3rd at Soaring Eagle Casino.
I get misty the moment you're near.
Spend part of your holidays with a legend. Tickets for a Johnny Mathis Christmas start at $44 and are on sale now. Johnny Mathis, Saturday, December 3rd at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
And that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show for this Friday. Thanks for being with us. Tomorrow, we will be at Chipshawana on the Road in Mount Pleasant at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Coming up on Focus, we're going to talk to MBS Airport Manager James Kenders. That's coming up right after the news, which is next. We'll talk to you then.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by General Steel.
I'm Steve Kathan. Epic is one word being used to describe the massive snowstorm pounding western New York State. Well, getting to work.
I rode a four-wheeler ATV. It took me an hour to go 3/4 of a mile.
So as far as accumulation goes, it's pretty heavy, pretty wet.
There's a state of emergency in Buffalo with several feet of lake effect snow forecast by Sunday. The Weather Channel's Kelly Cass says accumulations are already running at a foot or more in much of the area.
Another 2 to 3 feet of snow on the way, especially for areas just south of Buffalo. If you're going to get out there and dig out some of the snow, say in Michigan, where all the layers, we've got those wind chill values in the single digits, at times dipping below zero.
More Twitter turmoil. Elon Musk's challenge to workers to be extremely hardcore or leave has sparked a new round. Zoe Schiffer is a tech writer for the newsletter called Platformer.
Hundreds of people have said they are out, and a lot of those people were working on core infrastructure projects to keep Twitter's site reliable, to keep it secure, and to keep user data private.
With Nancy Pelosi moving out of the spotlight, attention turns to new Democrats to fill party leadership positions in the House of Representatives that will be controlled by Republicans. CBS's Nicole Killian says New York's Hakeem Jeffries appears to have an edge.
If elected, Jeffries would become the first African American to lead a party in Congress. He would primarily be tasked with taking on McCarthy, who was recently nominated as Speaker after Republicans were projected to flip the House.
No one in custody and plenty of unanswered questions in Idaho after the stabbing deaths of 4 college students last weekend. CBS's Christina Raffini is covering.
We spoke to a neighbor who was here during the incident, and I said, "Did you hear any shouting or screaming?" And he said no, but he didn't realize something had happened until he woke up and saw the police cars at the house. Now, the FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit is assisting local police, and we're still waiting on that toxicology report that will tell us the victim's state at the time of their death.
In California, the man accused of driving into sheriff's recruits and injuring 20 custody, the investigation continuing. Taylor Swift fans are singing the blues with a chorus of anger after Ticketmaster scrapped today's general ticket sales for her concert tour. Amber Garris is one of many out of luck, at least for now.
I never could have imagined how insane this whole process has been. We're upset.
Ticketmaster says demand is high, inventory is low after pre-sales that had problems of their own. Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 85 points. This is CBS News.
If you're a business owner renting or leasing, you can save a ton of money and own a custom steel. Just call 888-74-STEEL and get a quote today.
Bay City Bridge Partners is bringing you the same convenient route between home, work, school, and many of Bay City's best restaurants and attractions. It's Liberty Bridge, but better. With a smooth new deck surface, new more reliable bascule mechanics, electronics, and technology, saving you time and fuel costs, and adding another 75 years of life to help elevate and grow the Bay City community. Learn about the ease of electronic tolling and pre-register for a transponder account at BayCityBridgePartners.com.
Hello, I'm here for Pioneer brand seeds to make a particular point. Right here where I'm standing, yes, you can plant Pioneer brand Chrome products right here. That's because Pioneer has a more extensive lineup of Chrome products than ever before, each one providing top yield potential and strong agronomics to fit corn rootworm pressure here, there, and everywhere. Your most productive acres? Yes. Your toughest? Yes. Dry soil, wet soil, clay soil, sandy soil? Yes, 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 and you bet. Top of the hill, side of the hill, bottom of the hill, over the hill, all the above, doesn't matter. Chrome product that can meet or exceed your yield goal on every acre, including the one I'm standing in right now. Contact your local Pioneer sales representative about Pioneer brand Chrome products. Field proven and ready for yours.
We're still facing COVID-19, and now it's flu season. Why not face them together? You can get your COVID-19 vaccine and your flu vaccine at the same time. Just ask your doctor. You'll save time and you could save lives. People 65 and older and those with underlying health conditions are especially at risk. Let's face COVID-19 and the flu together, Michigan. Get vaccinated. Learn more at Michigan.gov. Sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 30 degrees at 11:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Percha. The Huron County Sheriff's Department has arrested 4 people in a drug investigation. On Wednesday, deputies served a search warrant on a resident on Bartlett Street in Harbor Beach, which was the result of a lengthy joint investigation conducted by the Huron County Drug Harbor Beach Police into the sale of illegal drugs. Police seized methamphetamines and other evidence of narcotic sales. 56-year-old Tommy Stinson was arrested, as well as a 35-year-old male and 35-year-old female from Deckerville on out-of-county drug-related warrants, and a 32-year-old man from Elkton on an unrelated warrant, also from out of county. The Sheriff's Department encourages residents to call in with confidential illegal drug tips at 989-269-2861. The former police chief of Genesee County's Thetford Township is no longer in legal trouble after embezzlement charges against him have been dropped. Robert Kenny was accused of taking money from a sale of originally meant for law enforcement use. Prosecutors say he received more than $5,000 from the sale, which he allegedly put into his own bank account. He was arrested in 2018 and faced up to 5 years in prison. Charges were originally dropped in September 2019, although the case was reopened in circuit court in 2020 following an appeal. On Monday, a second judge ruled there was not enough evidence against Kenny to justify the charges. Prosecutors say the money allegedly stolen was recovered, and a key witness has died since the original charges were filed. WSGW News Time, 11:07.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host show. If you think you need a new roof, think again. You can avoid replacement and save thousands with RoofMax, the world's first roof rejuvenation treatment. RoofMax is a safe, easy, and affordable alternative to costly asphalt roof replacement, and it's guaranteed. So don't replace RoofMax.
RoofMax, a safe, easy, proven, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Call Ben today at 851 or go to GetRoofMax.com for a free quote.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar. Granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
WSGW News Time, 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. A 16-year-old Chelsea High School student is in custody accused of sexually assaulting 2 classmates. Chelsea police say they were contacted by the school November 4th after one of the victims reported to a counselor she had been sexually assaulted the week prior. The investigation led. The suspect was arrested and is being held at the Washtenaw County Youth Center. Investigators say they're working to identify any additions. Michigan State Police are taking a proactive approach and trying to stop mass shootings. Here's reporter Brian Marshall.
Michigan State Police held a mass fatality exercise at the Proud Lake Recreation Facility in Commerce Charter Township. MSP coordinated with detectives and crime scene response teams to prepare for a event. The theme was to continue to be physically, mentally, and emotionally ready if and when the unthinkable happens. MSP spokesperson.
This is the crime labs working together, our detectives working with the crime labs in order to put together an investigation. That way the prosecutor can decide exactly what they're going to do.
Now, this mass fatality training is a continuation of MSP's active shooter training they conducted this summer. Those 2 trainings will help out everyone involved in solving crimes at the ready when things happen.
A former state employee and 3 others have been indicted on fraud charges related to a $1 million scheme. The U.S. Attorney in West Michigan says Adelita Juarez, working as an unemployment insurance examiner, and helped process fraudulent claims, receiving federal benefits related to the COVID-19 pandemic. The claims involved in the case were allegedly for workers who were ineligible for benefits because they weren't working in the state or live in Michigan. If convicted, the suspects face up to 30 years in prison. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 11:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see a few scattered snow showers here for today with mostly cloudy skies and a high into the mid-30s. Southwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 25. Then for tonight, a chance for some snow showers, cloudy and a low around 20. Saturday, chance for snow showers here late, cloudy skies, high of 27 degrees. Then by Sunday, mostly sunny skies, high around 26. Monday, partial sunshine develops, high of 39. Tuesday, partly sunny, high around 39 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 29.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And good morning and welcome to our Friday edition of Focus on WSGW, sponsored by RoofMax. Safe, proven, easy, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at getroofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. That's RoofMax with 2 X's. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite places because it is my airport of choice. When we fly anywhere, we always fly out of MBS. As a matter of fact, we are in the process right now of booking some February tickets to fly out of MBS. And to talk about the airport is the airport manager. And we say good morning to James Kanders. James, good morning.
Morning, Art.
Glad to have you with us on this kind of snowy day. A couple of things to talk about. One of them, I know the airport is looking to build a new maintenance building. How's that project coming?
We are working with the FAA to secure the bipartisan infrastructure law grant funding that allows for infrastructure. And I have a meeting with them on Monday to actually discuss this and move forward with it. We're hoping to design it in 2023 and start construction in 2024 if everything goes right.
And explain, part of the problem is you can't get some equipment in the current building, right?
That is correct. We have 2 large pieces of equipment that are about 75 feet long, and the building is only about 70 feet long. So we have to do some creative parking with these 2 pieces of equipment every time we do. And it's the building was originally built in the late 70s, early 80s, designed for your standard road dump truck type plow, and that's not what airports use anymore.
Yeah, you've got some big equipment out there. So let's talk about the flying health of MBS. How are we doing with the airlines?
We're doing okay. Things are a little trickier when you have a good snowfall like we had last night, and staff are out there making sure everything operates on time, and they're doing a fantastic job at it. As for the airlines themselves, everything's running on time. We are looking at hopefully seeing an increase in availability of flights from our existing carriers, United and Delta, starting in December ahead of the Christmas season.
Yeah, there were some cutbacks because of the pandemic, weren't there?
Yes. Unfortunately, the airlines, they laid off a lot of pilots or furloughed them, and now they're trying to bring everybody back. But some of those pilots, they retired or they found other things. So the smaller regional carriers like the ones that serve MBS and Lansing and Kalamazoo, those size airports, they're short-staffed, and it's going to take a year or 2 for them to build that workforce back up.
How about the airport staffing? Because it's not only just the people that fly the planes, but you have to have counter folks, you have to have luggage people. Are they staffed?
They are fairly well staffed, but like all the other businesses in the region, it's sometimes hard to hold on to those staff. Days like today when it's snowy and windy and cold, people don't like to be out there, working on the ramp as much. In the summer, it's a little nicer. So you have some seasonality where you might lose some people, but the airlines do a good job of making sure that there's enough people on the ground to operate these flights safely.
I always ask this question, but I always know the answer to. Are we still trying to find other carriers that might want to come into MBS at some point in time?
Always. I've been working with the local and regional CVB offices to try and come up with some incentives for new carriers to come in here, or potentially a new route with the existing carriers. And I have a lot with the airlines to promote increased service here at MBS. I'll be heading to Chicago in March for a specialized conference with a large group of airlines to meet face to face and try and get some new service in here.
It's always, in the history of MBS, for those that don't know, it's always been categorized as a business airport, and it's always been hard to bring in the low fare carriers because of that. And that still exists today, doesn't it, to some degree?
Primarily, the nature of the region in the Tri-City area is business related, and we're still seeing that as the majority of our traffic is business related, but there is a leisure market. It's been readily identified, and when I talk with various air carriers to try and get their service, I talk to leisure carriers as well. A company like Allegiant would be very difficult. Pretty entrenched down in Flint with a base there now and serving so many markets. It'd be a tough sell for Allegiant, but there are other options in the area that could work.
Well, I remember when Allegiant came up here and they left, and when they left, they were flying 90% loads, but it wasn't enough.
Yes, Allegiant. I used to be an airline station manager for Allegiant in the past life, and it can be tricky at times. I'd start a new route with Allegiant, and it would go 10 months. It would perform well, and Allegiant would just say, "This isn't working the way we want," and they would change it.
Yep. No, that's what
they sell airline tickets, but they also like to sell package deals with hotels and other
right
with them.
Right. Oh, hang on, I got to take a break. We'll come back. We're talking to James Kanders, the manager of MBS International Airport, the convenient way to fly from the Great Lakes Bay region.
For extraordinary care in the Great Lakes Bay region, you know just where to go.
Oh yeah, Covenant Healthcare.
But when you need to decide whether to go to emergency, urgent care, or your primary care provider,
Well, let me get back to you on that.
here's how to get the right care in the right place at Covenant. See your primary care doctor for ongoing non-urgent complaints. Pain, digestive issues, mild headaches, etc. If it's after your doctor's office hours and your care can't wait, come to a MedExpress urgent care location. It's the perfect choice for ear infections, respiratory illness, sprains, stomach aches, and so on. Virtual urgent care and doctor visits are also available. Finally, call 911 or go directly to emergency if you have heart attack or stroke symptoms or any severe injury. Still not sure? Call Covenant Care Connect at 989-583-3135 and we'll help you decide. Covenant Healthcare.
When it comes to protecting your feet, environmental stress, there's Revitec fungicide, and there's everything else. When it comes to unparalleled power, there's Revitec, and everything else. And when it comes to speed and stamina, this is Revitec, and this is everything else. Nothing else comes close to Revitec fungicide from BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Applied Training Solutions. You are going to get a CPL class from Applied Training Solutions for only $75. $50, but you are getting it half off. CPL class is necessary for anyone looking for the proper certification to apply for a concealed pistol license in the state of Michigan. You must be 21 or older. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. The WSGW Morning Team.
We're officially welcoming Denise into the newsroom and the morning team. Denise Shannon did have one person question the spelling of Denise. D-E-N-Y-S-E. Most people, I would say, probably would say I-S-E.
I have had people say, you spell your name wrong. My parents
He went to have me baptized. The priest wouldn't baptize me unless she changed the spelling of my name, because evidently there's a saint named Saint Dennis. And I've found out since then that it doesn't make any difference whether it's an I or a Y, but this guy was just adamant about the fact that she needed to change my name. So she did. It was changed from an I to a Y.
Well, thank you for the sharing.
Yeah. A couple of times I've heard people just say, "Why do you spell your name wrong?" Because I can.
Art Lewis is called in.
I wanted to welcome Denise to the family.
The Morning Team, weekdays 5:30 till 9 on WSGW. From the Premier Kitchen and Design Center Studios, you are listening to 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
And we're back with you here on WSGW, talking to James Kanders, the airport manager at MBS International Airport. And James, let's talk about the ease of flying out of an airport like MBS and dealing with TSA and all of that.
Well, we're very pleased with the fact that the wait times here at MBS going through TSA are really minimal. A lot of people say 30 minutes before your flight, you're going to be sitting at the gate for 25. It's with online check-in and everything like that, it really is very quick to get through here. And you're seeing more and more of the TSA pre-check people coming through, which makes it even easier.
And excuse me for coughing there for a minute. Let's talk about the airlines, because we have Delta and United. And how many flights a day are they running now?
Currently, they've scaled a little bit back to that due to that pilot shortage that we spoke of earlier. And they're operating 2 arrivals and 2 departures each right now. And starting the middle of December, we're going to see United start having 3 departures during the day. Delta will still have 2, but they're talking about bringing in possibly a larger airplane to accommodate the passengers out of MBS, because all the planes are leaving or close to full. So the airlines want to add service. It's just tricky because of that pilot issue.
Yeah, and the other thing that left here was first class, because they brought in those smaller planes.
Yeah, and United is actually taking care of it. They still have a smaller plane, but their new aircraft have a dedicated first class seating assignment.
And you expect that to come back for Delta too, eventually?
I believe it will, yes.
Yeah, because Delta at one time, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think they were running 5 a day, weren't they? In and out?
Yeah, it was more than that.
Even more than that.
They had there were 6 or 7 at a few years ago. So it was pretty heavy. And the planes that Delta is flying a lot now are they're becoming more of a they're not as efficient and don't serve the market as well as they used to. So they're looking to change those out with a better type of fleet.
So as you sit there as airport director and you look at the airport, and we know about the maintenance building, what other things would you like to see happen at MBS?
I would really love to see maybe some sort of private business come out here. We have a lot of space, and an aeronautical related business like a maintenance, dedicated maintenance shop of some kind, or even I'd love a cargo operation, a dedicated cargo operation. We already have some cargo on a small service with your UPSs and FedExes, but we could do a lot more for the region.
And what happened to the property that the old terminal sat on?
It's open right now. The ramp is still there. It's a heavy duty and industrial ramp, and we keep it cleared and maintained. And someone could build a new hangar in that area and start up a maintenance shop or something along those lines.
So that property it's still airport property, isn't it?
Correct. Yes, and it's slated for future aeronautical development of some kind.
Would that be a lease type arrangement where you maintain the property?
Yes, most of the private businesses and public businesses out here, they maintain a long-term lease with the airport for all the property out here.
All right. So is there what's the airport website where people can get more information about current flights and things of that nature?
That's going to be mbsairport.org.
And the other thing about the airport, of course, it's an international airport. You still have customs out there, don't you?
Yep, the customs office is actually right around the corner from my office, and I talk to the customs officers almost every day.
And they not only work the airport, but they also handle all the other customs duties in and around the port and all of that good stuff, don't they? They're busy.
Correct. We have a port director here, so they some vehicles that are constantly heading out if they're not clearing an airplane coming in from Canada or overseas. They will head out and could head as far as Port Huron if necessary.
Well, James, always good to talk to you, and
good to talk with you.
Keep running my favorite airport like you're running it, because it's a wonderful place to fly out of.
Will do. Thank you.
Thanks for calling. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now. James Kanders, he is the airport manager at MBS International Airport. If you haven't flown out of it, you really should think about it. The cost of flying out versus the driving down to a Detroit, for example, and the expense of parking and all that. And also the ease of getting through TSA. I mean, I've never had to wait more than 2 or 3 minutes to get through TSA. Never got on big lines. That in itself is worth the cost. We'll be back to close out after these notes.
There's probably no one that has ever said, I wish I wouldn't have started hospice this soon. You call the Wellspring office and you say, hey, I want to talk to someone about this because I don't even know if this is something for us or not. And they will talk to you, because the biggest thing that they will be is honest. They gave us a booklet that talked about the stages. The kid who I least thought would read the booklet read it and was like, I'm really glad I know what's going to happen, whenever that is.
For more information on hospice, visit wellspringlutheran.com.
George Thorogood, bad of the ball, shaking down the thunder. Wednesday, December 28th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Plug in and rock hard. Tickets start at $45. You're on sale now at the box office and etix.com. The New Year's street party starts here. George Thorogood and the Destroyer.